the protest will turn into revolution and there is nothing Tinubu will do about it. Aliyu says. Can you imagine? Obviously, now the protest has started. He's not talking. He's not doing anything. Nigerians are saying he should come and address Nigerians over this protest, but he's not saying anything about it. He already said that if the protest wants to go on, let them go ahead. That will be a time for him to go and take some rest. And I believe he has gone to take some rest like he promised before. So now the thing is escalating. Chief of Defense Staff Christopher Musa is saying that if it escalates further, that army will take over. Take over how? Is it take over government or take over shooting of protesters so that they can probably start to bring them down to quell the protest? I don't understand. So now, gradually, the protest is sliding into a revolution. Okay, and somebody is saying here, Aliyu Musa or Aliyu saying that it will degenerate into a revolution and there's nothing Tinubu will do about it. And it is obvious. So in a recent report by The Sun, economic and financial experts outlined urgent measures for the Bola Tinubu administration to address the ongoing nationwide protests triggered by rising living costs and hunger. They emphasized the importance of subsidizing food costs, reducing import governance. They emphasize the importance of subsidizing food costs, reducing governance expenses, and ensuring transparency in distributing palliatives to alleviate public discontent. Palliatives not going well. So the protests, which began on Thursday, have rapidly escalated into violence, property destruction, and loss of lives. Economist Aliyu stressed the need for President Tinubu to present a clear one-year plan and address the nation, proposing the introduction of compressed natural gas buses to reduce transportation costs. He also suggested a cabinet reshuffle, particularly in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, and urged state governors to clarify their use of federal funds. Professor Femi Shaibu from the University of Lagos criticized the mismanagement of palliatives, highlighting that resources often do not reach those in the need due to political interference. He recommended focusing on infrastructure, healthcare, education, and agricultural investment as more effective alternatives to cash transfers to alleviate poverty. Exactly. Giving cash, 1,000, 5,000 to 2,000, or giving bags of rice and some things and grains. He's called it grains. They have released grains. It doesn't get to the people. The political bigwigs will still share it along the way, and nothing trickles down. So, and that is not what Nigeria need, because that is solving the problem from the branches, leaving the root. The root of the whole thing is go to infrastructure, okay? Provide electricity, provide security, provide good healthcare and educational system, and you see that Nigerians will work for themselves to get the rest. That is Nigeria for you. So economic consultant Brume Nikuru advised the government to cut waste and support small-scale industries and startups with interest-free loans. Okay. He also advocated for targeted programs to boost the agriculture and technology sector, aiming to create sustainable economic growth. That is it. Lawyer and right activist Kabiru Akingbolu, okay, called for a more civil approach to handling protests by the police and urged the government to take concrete actions to address economic difficulties. He emphasized the need for significant investment in agriculture to enhance food production and warned of the potential for escalating protests similar to the EndSARS movement if issues are not addressed. Northern elders, including Professor Usman Yusuf, Hajia Najatu Muhammad, Malam Salihu Lukman, and Dr. Umar Adu, stressed the importance of engaging directly with youth leaders and protesters to understand their grievances. It's clear now, they know their grievances. They have articulated their need, their demands. So they recommended implementing meaningful reforms, investing in youth development, education, and entrepreneurship, and improving transparency and accountability in governance. Political and economic analyst Mustafa Hussein Olarewaju criticized the handling of fuel subsidies and inflation, advocating for stabilizing fuel prices and increasing government expenditure, to stimulate economic activity rather than relying on high monetary policy rates. Exactly. Right from Buhari's government, in this small time, they go and finger the Nigerian monetary policy. And that is very bad. Monetary policies alone will not solve the problem when other productive sections of the economy are not functioning. Policy alone cannot solve the problem of Nigeria. Policy will be effective if after all the other sources of revenue are working fine, including agriculture and some other things that we are doing. Non-oil revenues. So now all these people have spoken their own, but then it is left for Tinubu to listen if he wants. The truth of the matter is that he just wants to be the president, nothing else. It's obvious that there is nothing to offer. The same thing that Nigerians suffered in the time of Buhari. And somebody say he is not seeing what is coming to him in Aso Rock. Not be lie. Somebody say nothing is coming. Don't worry. Until he gets there before you know that something is coming. Some say what will come to him? Whatever you are seeing that you assume will come to him will remain a figment of your corrupt imagination. So all of them are supporting him. So Nigeria will continue to be the way it is. Nothing is coming, and if you do nonsense, then you will see nonsense. Can you see? Who ordained this one? Just opened his mouth, say things you want. No wisdom, no discretion. When you force yourself to the people not elected, you will pay for it. Leaders without wisdom will lead to anarchy. Of course. Revolution by who? Political hallucination. That is it. So people, tribal bigots don't see what is coming. What is palliative? A grandma used to settle their political leaders, and benefactors. Governors are even the worst. They hoard them for their political campaigns. We all know this, but why dodging the truth? And somebody say restatement of fuel subsidy that will result in fuel going back to 150 or 200 naira per liter is the key. This is the key, and let some persons who call themselves political analysts stop beating around the bush. The whole problem started from the complete removal of fuel subsidy. The military is on standby to fill in the gap if there is any eventuality. Then democracy is gone like subsidy. Not be lie. The military, they have threatened that they will take over. Whether they will take over fighting the protesters or taking over government, we don't know. A revolution that will mark the end of Nigeria is coming. And now some people don't see anything wrong. Don't see anything wrong with the present government. Now wow for this country, I'm telling you the truth. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment, as few Nigerians have aired their thoughts about this situation.